And we live, y'all. Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Watch Your Mouth Reviews. This is your boy James, where I am here to give my honest review, or in this case, unpopular opinion, while trying to watch my mouth. It may happen this video, we will see. But joining me, I got two of my co-hosts today. We have Mrs. Best as always. Y'all say what's up to her.
Hello, Motos. Like, share, subscribe to all the Black people in this video.
Absolutely. And of course, we have Shana here. Say hey, Shana.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh, thank you for coming. You guys make sure you also subscribe to Shayna's current channel and also the new channel. We are trying to get monetization going for her. Where is that at today, Shayna?
That still ain't happening. So subscribe.
Yeah, y'all show my girl some love. Subscribe to her channel. Subscribe to all three of us. We're trying to help each other grow our channels and then also get some of the piece of the pie that they give to all the other folks here on YouTube. They be making that money. Share the wealth, y'all. Come on, it's not that hard. Share the wealth. There's a lot to go around. I promise you, there's a lot to go around as long as everybody here is watching YouTube. So share the love. I do want to say what's up to Shani. She has been here for quite some time. We see you, Shani. Thank you for joining us this evening. We appreciate you. So if you guys look at the caption, we are going to be talking about all things Real Housewives of Atlanta. We all are recapping the show when it comes back this weekend. Shani, you're still doing that, right?
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
Okay. So this is considered a reboot for Bravo, Real Housewives of Atlanta. They are on season 16, y'all. So this is how I feel. I'm just going to keep it real with y'all. I don't consider this a reboot because several of the cast members that are on the show right now have been here for quite some time. So I don't know why they would consider this a reboot, but we got some new faces, we got some old faces, so I'm excited. So when y'all heard that Real Housewives of Atlanta was bringing back some of the old and mixing in some of the new, Mrs. Best, how did you feel about that?
I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I don't think they need to do that. If you're gonna mix some of the old with the new and you want it to be like a reboot like Roni was, maybe take someone like Shamia and then take Drew and build a cast around them or something. But to see Phaedra and Porsha back, I'm not the most excited for them. And these other new chicks, I don't know. From what I've seen and what I know, it's given low budget with a higher budget for plastic surgery. So I don't know. I feel like they rushed this and they could have taken their time and actually started something new. This don't feel new or rebooted or any of that.
Shane, the same for you. How do you feel about this cast?
Was this supposed to be a reboot? I didn't know. I thought it was just season 16. I didn't realize it was supposed to be a reboot.
No, it was supposed to be a reboot.
With Cynthia, Phaedra, Porsha, Kenya, Drew been on there for a minute. A reboot?
Yep. So let's go ahead and get the cast so that way people can.
I'm tired of seeing Shamia's boots.
I'm tired of seeing them boots too. Them boots is ugly, and I live for Shamia, y'all. Y'all don't understand. Shamia was actually the last girl crush I had before I went to Men.
Is that a good or bad? She's the one that pushed you.
Right, no, I don't think she's the one that pushed me, but like, I still kind of have a little thing for her. I do, and I'm like, but sometimes her style and sometimes the things she wears will kind of off center me, where I'm just kind of like, why would you do this? Like, you are way too
before. She's the only one. Like, girl, did you miss the memo? Why do you have on boots?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, why do you have on those boots?
Boots with the fur. Like, what is going on?
It's crazy. So we have the first person up board, Porsha Williams. You guys know she's been on the cast since season 5. She took a break for about 2 or 3 seasons, and now she is back. She was the first person announced to be back. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I was like, okay, why would Porsha come back? But because she was married to that lady's husband, and then all these things that are in the blogs about her. I'm like, this should make for a good, interesting season for Porsha. Do you guys think she'll talk about her life with Simon and everything? Or do you think she's going to be hush hush about that?
Listen, right now, all I know is this heifer's on a press tour full of lies. And the press tours that she's doing right now is reminding me personally of why I did not like her for this show. I'm not saying I dislike Porsha as a person. I don't know this chick. However, I don't like nor do I respect the way that she left the show. Now you want to come back, and it looked like you coming back and she doesn't have much to give, because we know that at the time of this filming, legally she wasn't able to do certain things like film in the house. She wasn't able to really say too much, so she'll probably talk about the things that we can easily pick up our phones and read as it relates to her and Simon. Porsha lies, deflects, and does all of these things. So I get why Bravo brought her back, but at the time that she was on the show, especially her earlier seasons, what made her interesting was her shenanigans. What made her interesting was the frickin' frack thing. But by herself, I've never really cared.
Yeah. I kind of feel the same way. I'm like, okay, well, we'll see what she brings this season. Shane, how do you feel about Porsha coming back?
I mean, I always knew she was coming back. Even when she left, Andy like kind of hinted that she'll be back. She had a spinoff. I mean, I think it was, kind of obvious that she was going to make a comeback eventually, especially with everything going on. I used to really like Porsha. She was my fellow Cancer sis, but now there's something about her being a homewrecker I just can't get past. Like, that really just put a bad taste in my mouth when she just took that woman's husband. Like, and I don't want to see freaking frack. I wasn't a fan. I'm glad Phaedra's coming at the very tail end of the season. But I mean, I guess I would say they thought they needed her, but they said it wasn't all that interesting. That's why they had to bring Phaedra in. So I don't know if she's really given anything.
Well, I heard that too. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, but from what I read, Phaedra's only going to be on the last 5 episodes of the whole season. So I don't know what that really is going to bring. If we figure Atlanta's going to get about 20 episodes and Phaedra show up in potentially episode 15, I don't know what that's going to be.
They better not give them people 20 episodes.
Yeah.
When the last season they struggled so bad that they calling this foolery a reboot. Why would you give them so many episodes? They need to earn their worth. Prove what they can give. Prove they can entertain us. Because I don't know. And this cast just looks like they're gonna give ratchet, not class. That's how I feel.
Yeah. I mean, maybe with Shamia being thrown in, because I don't know if y'all saw that 6 minute, like they showed the first 6 minutes of the first episode, and it was like Shamia heavy. It was only showing Shamia. So I think she's gonna bring the wealth back to Atlanta.
She definitely is going to bring the wealth back, because when I tell you her house is absolutely stunning, I said, okay, Shamia, like, I'm living for all of this. And her husband is he is into HVAC, which is huge. So I'm like,
he's a billionaire in Nigerian currency. He's very well known in Africa and in the African community. Her husband. So I'm happy to see Shamia here, but mostly just because it's the Real Housewives. And hallelujah, Bravo hired an actual housewife.
Right. And it's no longer the estranged wives of Atlanta. Now it's the few housewives of Atlanta. But I don't want her to get out of like Porsha's, I don't want her to be in Porsha's like realm or under her all the time. I want her to have her own spotlight and her own story. And her husband didn't want to film before, so I wonder what changed.
Yeah, I don't think going into it, because I'm going to talk about that, it seems like Shamia is the connector of all of them, kind of like how Monyetta is the connector for everybody in Atlanta. Shamia is that too for this franchise, for Real Housewives of Atlanta. So I don't think she's going to be in Porsha's shadow, which I'm glad, because I feel like Porsha she'd be playing in Shamia's face a lot of the time.
Porsha's a horrible friend, awful to Shamia.
Absolutely. So I'm glad that she's going into this completely on her own and not really, relying solely based on Porsha or being her puppet like she was in the previous seasons. I didn't like that at all for Shamea. But I'm telling you, I'm a Shamea fan. Shamea can do no wrong in my eyes. I am going to be completely biased, and I am so sorry, y'all, if y'all don't like Shamea. When I do my recap, Shamea is going to probably get all of the excellence that my channel can offer her. Just saying.
I feel like we don't know enough about Shamea to not like her. Like, I just feel indifferent because she was just Porsha's.
That's how I feel with Shamea. I don't like her. I don't dislike her. But
she was like Porsha's sidekick.
She was literally up Porsha's anus hole.
Yeah, that was the only thing I didn't like. Like, girl, who are you?
Right.
Yeah. Outside of Porsha.
Yeah. But also returning back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta is Drew Sidora. So in the Deadline report, it says that Drew Sidora, she is busier than ever with her music and film career taking off. While in full-time mommy mode, she has her sights set on reaching her goals, including having an amicable divorce to end a dramatic roller coaster of a marriage with Ralph, who is court order resident in the family basement, or as Ralph calls it, the lower level penthouse, until the divorce is final. Drew is looking forward to reclaiming her life, rebuilding friendships, and focusing on using her music as an outlet to cope with all emotional turbulence. But with finding new music partner in Dennis McKinley, who is Porsha's ex-fiance, things can get complicated where the two sides of the story, will this unique collaboration end in one accord? So speaking of which, I'm going to take a quick pause on what we're seeing on our screen because Porsha actually went to the Breakfast Club on her press tour and said something very interesting about Drew. So I'm going to play it. Let me share my screen. Yeah, not the look. Not fire Drew and her sister Alice. I feel like y'all don't they give y'all like very soap opera-ish, like that could be like her mama and like
these are the words out of my mouth. I'm like, that was really her mother.
I feel like it is too, and I don't want to say that because that's kind of like that's really rude. But like, I'm sorry, the way she be defending Drew and the way she be going at people on Drew's behalf, like I get this big sister energy, but it's giving Mama Bear protecting her cub. Like it really is. So I'm just like,
even Tyler Perry for me.
What was that?
That's her mama. I'm an older sibling. I'm the oldest. I will ride hard for my siblings, whoop on somebody for my siblings. But the way Allison, she got that mom energy.
She got that mom energy. Yeah, it's very weird. Like, it's very strange how she be defending Drew. Like, it'd be like, girl, is that your child? And, like, your parents raised her or something? Because they are, like, what, 25 years apart now?
Yeah. And I know sometimes it happens, like, people just, have large age gaps. But no, I feel like her mom just raised her. And
that's too large. Because that means that mama would have been 50 having Drew. So, yeah. So let me go ahead and play. Let me go ahead and play this real quick for y'all. Hold on.
Ooh, that wig.
I think if you're not her friend, you shouldn't trust her and you shouldn't be around her. Okay, so with you saying you shouldn't trust her, you shouldn't be around her, and she is not wearing go naked hair anymore, you were not at all, and I saw it kind of in the first episode, you're not happy about the allegations that she might be in a relationship or whatever with Dennis, your ex.
See, this is why I like Breakfast Club. You ask the questions that need to be answered, okay? So here's the thing. On the show, I don't know how it's going to come off again because the show has to sensationalize things, right? So how good is it for me to be going through a divorce and I'm still jealous about my baby daddy? That's BS, right? So in real life, she actually was trying to film with him behind my back. And when
he's a music producer, right? That's what it said on the show. He's a music producer, right?
We can start that portion.
He's whatever he say he is.
Okay,
yes, he is. He is a serial entrepreneur and apparently a music
producer, right?
Okay.
But she was trying to film with him behind my back, and that's just not cool. Come on,
well, film him on the show as
film with him on Housewives, so it's just not cool, right? It felt like a setup for me in some way. And then also there was a go naked photo shoot she was trying to set up without me knowing anything about. I have to prove everything. Mm-hmm. Some of them fits, it's not fitting for you,
right?
So, or some of them looks may not be given the look. So I would like to, as the owner of the company, be a part of any of that. So when those two things were happening behind my back, on my business, with my business, on my show, yeah, I have a problem with you.
So you didn't know Drew was recording with Dennis. You didn't know anything. You didn't know that they were speaking. You didn't know that they were talking until that first episode.
Holding hands in the club.
That's what they said on the episode.
I didn't know any of that.
So you found out right there in that episode.
What's so funny? I saw the episode and she was like, she asked him and I said yes. And she talked to me and I said yes. And I'm like, that's just not true. Like, I genuinely didn't know. Look, at the end of the day, like I told Shamia, if Drew and Dennis want to get together, I just hope she can do baby hair for Pilar. Like, I'm happy with Drew. I think she's a great parent. I think if him and her were to get together and, they can have a solid relationship, that's good too. Just don't screw me where you asked me to come back to be. She had been asking me to come back to Housewives. And when I came back, this is what you had waiting on me. This whack storyline that y'all came up with.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, Allison jumped in these comments and said, Porsha, you are on a lying tour. Why are you creating a fake story? Shame on you. Well, lady, well, damn. What else is she supposed to do on press tour? I'm just saying.
She not supposed to lie the way she lied.
How we know it's a lie? We ain't seen it yet.
Yeah, we don't know if it's a lie.
Half of this shit can be proven on social media. At the time that this show was filming, there were pictures that was floating around with Porsha's baby daddy and Drew. She commented on several of them, speaking like she didn't have an issue. So she very much knew that Drew was kicking it and making music with Dennis. She absolutely knew that was happening. My thing is, nobody owes you nothing just because that's your baby daddy. You the one that stole somebody's husband. And then separately from that, Porsha, if he wasn't your husband, which Dennis was not, let it be. Dennis didn't want her no way. Cheated left and right. Hell. She gonna lie all season, but Drew is also a liar. So I'm curious to see it, but I don't believe either of them.
Yeah, so I'm kind of reserving my opinion till I see it. Hey, DM Rocks, I love when Allison went off on side mouth Courtney at the season 15 reunion backstage. Now, if Drew want to talk about something, she need to talk about that. Because I still need to know if that was a side chick or not. Just saying. That's what I would love to see. Did you see that Kelly and Shamia interview where they said Britt was their least favorite? I did see that interview. Yes, I did. Because I don't know Kelly that well, I'm going to reserve my opinion on that. That's why I'm not playing that interview. Because I don't know, because Kelly might be my least favorite. I don't know. I don't know her. So I don't know Britt either. We just know the situation that happened with Kenyon. So I got to reserve my opinion until I actually meet these ladies and get to know them. But yeah, we have Kelly Farrell here on the screen now. And from what I know of Kelly, I think she is let me find her background story. No, that's Angela Oakley. Where is Kelly? Kelly, where the fuck are you on this thing? Did I pass you up? Oops. I'm over here trying to find where her storyline is, so that way I can have some sense of who this lady is. So Kelly Farrell, she is big energy with a mix of culinary culture as a chef extraordinaire and owner of a well-known ATL staple, Nana's Chicken and Waffles. There's never a dull moment for Kelly as a single mom of 4 daughters, Chastity, Chelsea, Chloe, and Chance, who are her everything. Her recent divorce has been challenging after 11 years of marriage and threaten Nana's very existence. The Queen of Waffles is now ready to flourish, build her empire, and get to know the ladies better. She's not holding back of any of her opinions or side eyes. Okay, so she coming in with some coin. I see, single mom. So she seems like she would be interesting. In the trailer, I didn't really get much energy from her, so I don't know where that Deadline report is reporting that from. Maybe they saw something I did not see, but she seems like she's going to be a good time. What do we think about her storyline from what we just read?
I don't think anything of her yet. I have to actually see her. I will say, going back to Porsha's, I did want to say something about Porsha and Drew. I don't know if I actually believe that Porsha's faking it, though. Just because she was in the comments saying, liking the picture or acting like she was okay with it, she could have just been playing it cool. That don't mean she was cool with it. Because I feel like Dennis was the one that got away for Porsha. So I just want to say that. But with Kelly, we don't know anything about her. I do like that they have some people that we don't know any background on, because I think if you're going to bring somebody new, I don't really want you famous or like IG famous or anything like that. I want you fresh. So the fact that we don't know anything about her, I really have to watch and see and form an opinion. I'm happy about that.
Yeah,
she kind of got overshadowed by all of the stuff that happened with the other newbie. I feel like she just got forgotten a little bit.
So yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Based on what I just read, she seems like she's gonna be fine. What DM Rock said about Kelly confronts Porsha about Simon, I feel like that was going to be a given. I feel like one of the producers definitely was going to put one of the other women up to do it, because it would make sense coming from Shamia, because Shamia, from what I understand, was the plug for them to get together. So it wouldn't make sense coming from her. I know Cynthia's not going to do it. So it would be...
Somebody has to ask Porsha about it, because really that's all we want to know. We know that she's successful. We know she's beautiful. We get the updates on her and her kids and all of that. So the only thing we want to know, Porsha, is what's going on with you and that man. Nothing else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we have Shamia next. And like I said, we know Shamia already. So, this is not anything of a new cast member. I'm excited to see her. And once again, I'm praying that she does not fall into Porsha's shadow. But from what I understand, there's going to be a big fallout between her and Porsha for a little bit. So I'm curious to see what that will be about. I know that they are not on the best as far as Instagram, as far as what they used to be, because they used to post with each other like every day. I don't see Shamia in her comments. I don't see Porsha in Shamia's comments. I have not seen them post anything on Instagram. The last thing I did see of them is that they were both at like a pajama party for one of their mutual friends. And it looked like they were on cool terms then, but it's definitely not the same. So I'm wondering what happened. And maybe Shamia got the balls to realize that lady is playing in her face. But I don't know. We'll see.
Even in earlier seasons, Porsha and Shamia would kind of like Shamia was up her ass, but then you could sense there was some sort of friction in their friendship. So I don't think they really that cool no more, James. I really don't. At all. Not even a little bit.
Shana, would you agree with that?
I hope they're not, but part of me feels like it's just like a conjured up storyline, because this season just wasn't given, so they got to do something. So I feel like they're doing it, faking it for the cameras. But because if Shamia was going to stop being friends with her, she had valid reasons to stop being cool with her a long, long time ago.
That is true. That is very true.
Yeah. I feel like also with them too, I feel like I don't know if I would have been able to get past what happened that one season when her and Shamia fell out that first time. I don't know if it was because of Shamia's wedding or if it was Phaedra accusing Shamia of being a third wheel with Candy. And I don't remember what happened. I know it was something to that extent.
There was something with the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot all about that.
She didn't go.
She didn't go. Yeah,
she didn't go. That's a big
bridesmaids. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But then she went to Africa like shortly after that.
She did.
Mm-hmm.
Awful.
Yeah, Shamia, from what I remember, Shamia had multiple weddings. I feel like she had maybe 3 or 4 of them, and I think Porsha only went to one of the weddings, if I remember correctly.
And she told her she wasn't going last minute, talking about her leg hurt or something, and then went to Africa after that. So it's like, girl, I mean, if that ain't a slap in the face, and what is?
I'm just saying, yeah. So I don't know if I would have got past that. Like, hey, Mel NYC Reviews, the infamous Brittany Edie. Yeah, I'm finna talk about her in just one second.
I love the dress. Just as a side note.
Yeah, her dress is beautiful, and I'm loving her breast area. That is just some
titties.
Yes, she is given. Like Porsha had 45 weddings with Simon. She did. She had a lot of weddings too. That's why I'm like, I don't understand that. Like, I'm trying to figure out
African culture. I got people mad at me because I had one wedding. They do that. If you marry an African,
I was like, that's a lot of money to be,
They supposed to have money.
Yes. Tell them, Shane.
Well, yes. Well, hey, what do I know? I just, simple.
That's why I got tired of planning my wedding, and we went and eloped because my mama wanted me to do all them weddings. No. I was raised in America. Absolutely not. Unless they gonna pay for it, no.
Mm-hmm. But the infamous Brittany Edie, y'all. So this was probably the first person of the new cast members that was all in the blogs. So I'm gonna read what her story is. So Brittany Edie, she is an innovator that carved out her own niche in the insurance industry, transforming into mogul status. Britt built her multi-million-dollar agency alongside her sisters and met her husband, Michael Cunningham, through her firm. While she's serious about her business, Brittany is basking in the glow of her 10-carat diamond ring and marriage to Michael. However, With the loss of a family member and career transition, her marriage with Mike seems to have driven a wedge between her and her once inseparable sisters, who feel that their quality time is now non-existent. Despite life challenges, Britt's fun and feisty personality is ready to create some good times with the ladies, especially Kelly, who has grown to be her bestie. However, when she experiences some friendship friction and a catastrophic event that shatters everything, Britt's left up to pick up the pieces. So my assuming with Deadline's report is they're talking about that situation with her and Kenya. So is she married to an athlete? I don't know. Let me Google him real quick because I've never heard of him.
I think he's a retired basketball player.
No, that's Angela Oakley's husband. I know that.
Well, then
I know him, but I don't know who Michael Cunningham is. Let me see if he has anything on Google. Cunningham. Okay, no, he ain't got nothing on Google because when I Googled Michael Cunningham, that's a novelist, and I know that's not what they said. And he a old white man, the person that I Googled. So I don't know. I don't think he. I don't think her husband is anybody well known, at least not in a celebrity way. I think he might just be somebody who is probably in the same industry or similar industry. But Britt Edie, we understand that her and Kenya are going to have some crazy tiff that caused Kenya to get suspended from the season, and she is no longer here with the cast this season. I don't know how many episodes they say Kenya had, but we do know that there's a big controversy between these two. I can't wait to see what actually unfolds so I can judge it very critically here versus when I reported the story on an Unpopular Opinion months ago on it, because it just seemed like Brittany Edie was probably a martyr victim in that circumstance and Kenya was a villain. So I'm curious to see how they're going to play this out. So, because I don't know, do y'all think it's going to be played in Kenya's favor at all? Like, do you think it's going to be something that will be justifiable in any way? Shana, I'm asking you this first.
No, I don't know, because I feel like Kenya will probably make a comeback next season, or maybe the season after that. But depending on how they do it, I mean, she brings the mess. I don't know how they're going to try to flip it, but it seemed like it was just beyond repair. Like Kenya was guilty. What else can you do? You can't really twist it and make it work in her favor.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I don't know if they can twist it, but I wonder if it's justifiable. I wonder if Brittany Edie did something to provoke Kenya to go that far, is where I'm going with that. Because Kenya really don't fool with you unless...
I don't go that far though, because you can't make somebody go that far to the point where you took the time to print these posters and do like this is.
Well, I don't know, because we've seen Kenya do also. The only time, don't think I'm gonna compare this to is, do y'all remember that season with Tanya and she brought the cookie lady to lunch with the girls?
Yeah,
for that girl to spill all that tea. I thought that was going too far.
Yeah.
Because,
well, I mean, even with Marlo, even though that was like, a memorable Real Housewives.
Right.
but
it was too far too.
But it wasn't like you're exposing somebody's, private, intimate moments.
Oh, was it private, intimate? I thought it was something we all had access to.
I mean, you're not supposed to put it on blast on a billboard on TV, and chant it around.
Mrs. Best, how do you feel about that?
I'd be pissed off, honestly, if somebody posted an intimate moment that I'm having with somebody. That's weird. But then on the other end, I feel like I haven't seen what was shared on the show, like on social media, on YouTube, nowhere. I'm like, what was shared? Because they're painting it like they shared some like low-key porn or something. But
yeah,
was it that? Like, what could
the was
picture
her
be?
giving somebody fellatio?
That's odd.
Like,
That's
is it on
very odd. If
Pornhub or
it's
something?
that,
Like, I'm trying to figure out how
that's
Kenya would
not
get it.
okay because that's humiliating somebody, and to
Right.
humiliate somebody, that is very intentional. So
Mhm.
I that for me, I'd be ready to fight somebody and just lose it all if somebody did that to me.
And
Because
Kenya
why?
admitted she did it, so it's like.
And then it's like she brought it in, so you're right. You can't escape her from the crime. But it's like what Shana said is so important. You took the time to have this made into a damn poster. You probably spent money on this. When it's like, this is Housewives, we just want to see y'all read each other for filth. You don't have to go that far.
Mhm.
But I don't know if they'll bring Kenya back. I think it will depend on the ratings for this new season.
That's a good point. It's probably from OnlyFans. I hope it's not, because then I'm not going to care. If it's from OnlyFans, I'm just going to be honest, y'all. If Kenya really got that from OnlyFans, then I'm not going to care. Because at the end of the day,
you put it out there for people to buy, so don't
right,
be mad
exactly. And then you can't get mad if she exposes something that you got probably paid to do. So yeah, I'm sorry.
From what I heard, it was like a really old video. So it's like, this is something that I did, I don't know, 20 years ago, and you bring it back up now as a dig. Nah.
I don't know where she got it from, but we're gonna see how
Kenya is lucky though that she did that shit in the state that she was, because you pull that in California, they'll come at you with revenge porn. They might even lock you into the jail. So you can't just share intimate moments. And that's a good point too, Shana, because if it is an older picture, OnlyFans did not exist then, so now she's just exploiting and humiliating this person. But James, your point too, Brittany Edie gives me somebody who like could really get under your skin. So I'm curious to see how she does.
I'm curious not only for that reason, but I'm curious to see like what possibly would have provoked Kenya. Because like I said, what provoked Tanya to get that reaction from Kenya was Tanya showed Kenya's wig. So if Kenya was willing to bring out somebody who allegedly cheated with Tanya's then fiance, I can only imagine what Brittany Edie must have did to get her whole past brought back into the spotlight, if that's really what it is.
Is Tanya married yet?
They're not together.
They're never together.
She was
never that man.
And she was never married to him yet.
She was not gonna. He was never gonna be married to him. We all knew Kenya had weave though, so I didn't see like the big upset. Besides her just lying and saying she was natural, but she still wears color contacts. Like, girl, we don't care.
Tanya and Paul are not married. From what I heard about Paul, no, I'm not gonna say it on my Instagram or my.
No, I know the show they weren't, but I don't follow her, y'all. I don't know. So I was like, did they ever get married? I guess not. Hell,
they were probably never going to get married.
What were you about to say, James? I want to hear.
Nope, I can't say. I'll tell you off camera what I heard. Allegedly, Paul, don't be coming after me. Allegedly, but yeah. But let's just say the cookie lady, may have alluded to something.
Them cookies still look good too. Years later, I love a good dessert.
I don't know. Cookies look good from a distance, and then when you pick them up, they might feel funny and different, meaning hard. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But in terms of that, though, y'all, we have on the screen with us here Angela Oakley. So her story is she is a boss in every sense of the word, and her husband, basketball legend Charles Oakley, is by her side. Angela and Charles have 4 kids combined in their blended family, with their 8th year wedding anniversary approaching. They're ready to renew their vows. However, after a couple's therapy session with underlying issues by revealed as she also navigates fractured relationships with her family. Angela is also finding her footing in this group of opinionated women, and while giving everyone the benefit of the doubt, she is also working through some unexpected feuds that don't all end in peace and harmony. This is given, and I'm so sorry to say this because y'all know I don't like this lady, but this is giving real big Deshaun Snow energy. And I'm not here for this, Angela, if this is what you're bringing to the show. Because I don't like Deshaun Snow, so I'm hoping that's not what you're bringing with this storyline. I'm just saying. Because the moment you do, I'm reading you for filth. So, oh, does she now? DM Rocks, really? Oh, okay. Well, then Angela did it. Sorry, y'all. As I told y'all, when it comes to Shamia, I am on Shamia's side 110%. I am biased. I love me some Shamia. So if she get into the Shamia, I'm on Shamia's side. Sorry, Angela. Nothing personal. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. No, I'm just playing. But no, she gives me Deshaun Snow. She does. And I feel like that's been done already. I don't want to see Deshaun Snow 20 years later. I just don't. How do y'all feel about Angela? Shane, I'm going to start with you.
Wait, why don't you like Deshaun Snow? Is it because she's boring or?
She just gave me, like, when we were, as a kid, I didn't mind it because remember, I was like maybe 17 or 18 when Housewives first came out. So I did not mind it then. Like, but when you watch it as an adult and you saw like all of the things that she really did put up with, and when you think about how she's divorced now and just completely different, it's just something about her aura. Looking at it as a grown adult now, I just didn't care for her. I just didn't.
Yeah, I guess she kind of reminds me of what's that one from Potomac?
Who?
Oh my gosh, she was there from the beginning, and then she was making little like who?
Charisse.
Yes, is that the one?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes, Shayna. You are spot on because I don't like Charisse either. So yes, it is that aura. Absolutely. She's giving that. And I don't know why I feel this way. And I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping Angela might be my favorite.
I have not noticed this woman looking at this cast photo, and I didn't even realize she was a part of the show, and I feel so bad because I'm like, oh shit, it's a whole nother housewife I didn't even notice. So that in itself to me is like a bad start because I should have noticed her in that photo at the very least. But from what they read, her getting into it was like one or two people. I don't know. I'll give her a shot because she's new, but
yeah. All the new girls kind of favor, so they like nobody's standing out. So I kind of like I'm mixing them all together. I gotta see it first.
I agree with that, Shana. They all do kind of look alike, and could like they could be all three sisters. It's just
Rocks. No, Shamia. Why?
It's the hair. It really is the hair. I don't like short hair. I don't like short hair on Shamia. I don't. It seems like she's gonna be rocking it the entire season, with the exception of the first episode. I'm not liking it. I just don't think it's cute on her.
It's not. The short hair, she doesn't look bad, but I do feel like curls look better on her. But Flavor Flav is a stretch. Come on.
That's true. I like the pixie cut on her. I just don't like her fashions.
Her fashions are a disaster.
Fashions aren't good. But
I think the hair like swap meet from like when you was a kid, you shop at the swap meet and stuff like that. Like in me and Mrs. Best's terms, it's called Durant. It's given very much that. So yeah. What else are y'all saying in these comments? I know I'm missing a lot. I think y'all commenting too. The cookies are good. I had them. Oh, okay, DM Rocks. Shout out to the cookie lady. I forgot her name, but shout out to the cookie lady. Okay, I'm gonna listen to it. Okay, so next we have this lady here, Phaedra Parks. Y'all just gonna make Phaedra happen no matter what shape, way, or form. Ain't that right, Bravo? And that call say. Y'all just gonna make Phaedra just happen. Y'all don't care. Y'all just really want this lady. I don't know what she got on y'all. I don't know what's going on. I just feel like for me, Phaedra, I feel like you fumbled a bag with Married to Medicine because I wouldn't give a fuck who didn't like me on that show. I would have been on both shows.
I'm so sorry, James. That lady did not belong on Married to Medicine. And I actually like Phaedra on reality TV, but she did not belong on Married to Medicine. She shouldn't have been there in the first place.
As I told y'all, they just didn't know where to put her. That was the whole thing with Phaedra. They wanted Phaedra to be back on the network in any capacity. They just didn't know exactly where they wanted to put her. So that's why she ended up on Married to Medicine, because y'all remember she was supposed to be on Dubai's Housewives. But I don't know what happened with that. I know I didn't read any stories, but that's where they were trying to put her at first. But then they were like, okay, so that's not going to work. Where else can we put her? So Married to Medicine was kind of like the only option, because allegedly she was dating a doctor, which, you know, Phaedra's not going to put that out there. We don't know who Phaedra really is messing with. I don't know if she's still messing with that little boy that was on Married to Medicine, but I just know we really not going to know Phaedra's business like that. She's not going to tell us. She's not going to show it. Phaedra could be sleeping with anybody, you know, Apollo-esque for all we know. And we'll never know it, because she always keeps her business close to her chest. She don't never show it. So I don't know what Phaedra is going to bring in 5 episodes that made y'all feel like we need to have her front and center in the cast photo. I don't know what she could have possibly have done. But I'm here to see it either way to judge it. And if it's not something that I feel is up to par, bravo, I am reading y'all for absolute filth when them episodes air. I'm just warning y'all now. Hold on, what you say? Didn't they cancel Dubai? Maybe that's why she didn't go over. No, that was way before they canceled that show. She was supposed to be on there full time.
She didn't belong over there either. And she doesn't bring in views. She didn't bring in more views for Married to Medicine. Like, she doesn't do what they think she does. I mean, I agree with the chat. She must be one of Andy's favorites. Like, because I don't see, she's not good on any show she's on. I watched her on even, what was that show used to come on WeTV?
She was on the Braxtons.
No, not that. It was another one where they stay in the house. It used to be like the Bridezilla people, and then they like
it's a couples retreat, or
couples something.
Yeah, what was? I love that show too. I can't think of the name.
She was on there with a fake boyfriend, and I'm like, allegedly, and I'm like, no, she's not giving nothing here. The only place she fits is Traders. Like, she shouldn't be on Housewives anymore. She doesn't do anything for me. The reads are rehearsed, like they're written. That's the only time she gets a good one. I always say she's a confessional gangster. She doesn't do anything on the actual show besides look around and make noises and make faces. She's not really funny. I mean, she don't do it for me. I feel like she was funny. She was better when Nene was there. But I mean, anybody's gonna be more entertaining with Nene around.
I feel like the only time Phaedra really gave anything is when her and Apollo were separating and divorcing. That was the only time I feel like we saw maybe a somewhat authentic Phaedra.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't feel like Phaedra really has ever given.
I didn't like her off rip. When she lied and said she didn't know how far along she was in her pregnancy, I didn't like her from then.
Yeah. I didn't like her from then.
I really didn't like her hair when she first came on this show. And it just always bothered me.
That, like, I don't know, holier than thou, matronly, my parents are in the church nonsense. And now look at her, wanting to be a hot girl. Like, girl, please.
Mm-hmm. She totally like said, okay, in my 20s, 30s, and 40s, I did not have this hot girl era. I was steady in with the sweaty grandma's press and comb looks and suits. That's exactly what Phaedra was given. That whole.
How old is she? Is she in her 50s?
Yeah, she's in her 40s. No, she's in her 50s. Phaedra is Dr. Heavily put that out. Phaedra is 52.
Is she?
Yeah.
I'll wait till you 50 something to do. Wait, let me look this up.
Yeah,
she is 51 years old. Google says October 26th.
Oh, okay. So she turned 52 this year.
This year, yep.
Damn.
She sure did wait late, but even when she was, I didn't like her when she was on being Bobby Brown.
I don't remember.
I remember that. I love that show.
I didn't like her as he said she was the worst lawyer ever.
He did.
So I mean, I didn't like her on there. I've never liked her.
She just does not. She gives representative. She does not give her true authentic self. I feel like we will never know the real Phaedra.
That's why she doesn't have any personality, because who are you?
Yeah.
She's not good at starting mess like Heavenly is, where it's like, okay, well, to keep y'all out of my business, I'm just going to start mess. Like, she doesn't do that. She's just there. And then every now and then she has a little one-liner in a confessional. I mean, I can bring more to the table than that.
Me too. Bravo cast me. I can give all the mess. I love how Shania and Paige. Oh, go ahead.
Give the energy that she gives in confessionals while with the ladies at the very least. Because she barely interacts with any cast that she deals with. She hardly interacts with them. So I don't know why she's back, but okay, bravo.
Yeah. It says, I love how Shami and Phaedra at the end of season 9 reunion when she called Phaedra auntie in the Groupon read. And then, what's funny is they're cool now. So I wonder what happened. Will that ever be told on their Shamia? Will that ever be told of how you got cool with Phaedra? Because you had all kind of stories how Phaedra had to holler at your ex-husband and all this. I need to know what happened there. Because I don't know how y'all got cool again, but
Was Shamia married before?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, she was married before this man, yeah. I don't know, y'all. Phaedra, to me, I just feel like this is a wash, and I feel like Bravo is trying to, revive her however they can. I'm not going to talk about her law practice too much because y'all know how I feel about that. I feel like lawyers win regardless if they win or lose. So
does she even practice still? I mean, I'm like,
she still practices. Who was it that said that they got? I think it was Chaotic from Love and Hip Hop, if I'm not mistaken. Phaedra got him out of a lot of charges where he ended up not going back to prison.
I don't know how. She's a terrible liar. So it doesn't make sense for her to be a liar.
She knew the judge. It's given she knew the judge.
Yeah, she's not. Maybe that's why they keep her on because she has connections, supposedly.
Oh yeah, she's well connected in Atlanta. Yeah.
Besides that, her being maybe on a business tip, maybe I want to know more about her on some other show, not here. This is not what Real Housewives is supposed to be.
She's a good business person, and I think that's a great point. If she leans into doing reality TV as it relates to her businesses, like running them, not actually acting as practicing attorney and things like that, but show yourself as a boss, Phaedra. But we don't need to really see much else from her because she's never going to get deep. And I actually like Phaedra, but even I've accepted she's never going to give us the real her. We're never going to get too much. Even with Apollo, we know she wanted to knock him upside his head. She said, go away from me with this. We're never going to see her for her. So and 5 episodes, why is she here?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's why I said, Bravo, I want to know what exactly Phaedra has done in 5 episodes where y'all felt so strongly to put her with the rest of the cast and let her have an opening credit. I'm just trying to figure that out. If someone
at this point, Kenya might as well have been a part of the cast photo.
And I was actually going to bring that up. I was going to bring that up. I was going to ask you guys, why do y'all feel like Kenya was not asked to do the cast photo when she was asked that?
She didn't do what she did to that extent. I mean, she took it too far. If she didn't do that, then
but in hindsight is 2020. Phaedra has also did something extremely bad.
That's why she's been gone for the last decade.
Yeah, so I feel like, but she was able to have a cast photo. I feel like Kenya should be able to have one too.
But she wasn't. But she had to do her time.
True, I'll give you that. True. Yeah. So we'll see what happens with that.
Why did they put
what happened?
They put friend of in quotes. We know she's a friend of. They have.
I know Bravo shady or whoever shady for this, but last we have Cynthia Bailey. Y'all, Cynthia Bailey will be back as a friend of, but she somehow has.
Who is she friends with?
Porsha.
What?
Yeah, that's how she's coming back as Porsha's friend.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Did you see
Does
Cynthia?
She need to be friend to anyone specifically to be friend of? Can we break this fourth wall nonsense? We know what time it is. She's a former.
Just said Cynthia, former cast member, and just put it like that. They didn't even.
She's a friend of the show itself. They all just trying to pull somebody's bringing her in. It's crazy.
Did you see Cynthia's new boyfriend? I did see him. DM Rocks. I guess.
Cynthia be dating anybody. That was not.
She do. She just like me. When we get us a new man, all we do is go he. That's all we do. That's all.
She's worse than Summer Walker. Like, where did he come from and why?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out too. Like, it's so weird. Like
she's parading around in the airport. Like, girl, come on.
I'll tell you, that's how I am too. That's why I can't talk about Cynthia too much. I act just like she do when she get a new man. Just that's all.
She don't even got no type remotely like nothing at all. Like they just be so different. Like, girl, what?
This one is different. This one is like Cynthia, because at least Mike Hill made sense. I don't know so much about Peter, but Mike Hill made sense to some capacity.
She was like this runaway bride, and now she's like this. I gotta get married every second time. She should have just stayed with Leon. That's the only one who made sense for me. They looked.
I was just thinking that too.
Like they just made sense. Nobody else made sense like Leon.
This lady's dating.
I'm trying to figure out. Like to me, I don't know. I don't even think Leon was. I just feel like you know what's funny is I can't picture Leon in a relationship. I just can't picture it. So I'm not saying he gay or anything. I'm not saying that, y'all. Don't be coming after me. I'm just saying I think Leon is like an asexual kind of person. I don't know. I just don't see him intimate with somebody.
He got a long-term girlfriend though, but it doesn't hit like it does. Like I don't know. Like him and Cynthia have more chemistry. They look aesthetically pleasing together.
But Cynthia has more chemistry after the relationship ends with people. Like if you notice, like whenever her relationship ends with somebody, it doesn't necessarily have to be with a man. Like when she has a friendship, like with her and Nene, like the relationship seems better after you know they were no longer friends. That's how she is. And it's very weird. It's like you kind of notice something after the fact that you have left somebody and you still want to reconnect, and the reconnection ends up being better than their first initial connection. That's how Cynthia gives me. I don't know why she's like that. It's so weird. It's like
I never cared for her back in the day as a housewife. I don't think I'm going to care for her as a friend of. I never disliked Cynthia. She never moved me. Beautiful woman. Beautiful. But outside of that, I don't know what she'll give on.
I agree.
To me, I feel like, and this is going to be mean, but I don't really care. To me, I was more interested in seeing Mallory than I was Cynthia. And I don't know why.
Her sister.
I think her sister would have probably given us a better run for that money than Cynthia would have. I just see it better, especially when I think about that pillow talk event that Nene had at that hotel where everybody was acting a damn fool. I feel like Mallory, if really was given the spotlight, she would have been bad about it and probably gave us a better run for our money. Cynthia just always gave me poise and, wanted to be that girl that was gutta but just couldn't really get to there. That's how I felt about Cynthia.
I could just take or leave Cynthia and her family.
Yeah.
Like if she's there, she's there. If she's not,
It don't, yeah. I don't get why she's
I love Cynthia, but she has the worst luck after Leon. You have jailbird Peter, that Will guy that Eva exposed, and serial cheater Mike. No, you know what? Honestly, and if we're really being honest, DM Rocks, she had all the warning signs when it came to Mike.
Sure did.
She had all the warning signs. They all were there. She just, like I said, when me and Cynthia get new men, all we do is go, he. That's all we do every time. And just ignore everything else. So, yeah.
Those flags were on fire. She was far too old for this. Like, come on now.
Yeah. With Peter, I don't, the signs were there too, but it was kind of like, Peter has sometimes made sense. So it's kind of like, it was hard to really, like.
When did Peter make sense?
Sometimes he did to me. Yeah, sometimes he did to me. Like the businesses.
She married him out of pity. Like she settled for him just because she didn't want to be a runaway bride again. Like, girl, just run away.
She knew.
Like when you look at what Bar One actually could have been, he just shiesty. That's just all that was. He was just shiesty. Like the potentials of the business. I saw the vision. He just was a shiesty ass man. That's just how it is. That's how I look at it.
And she should have been able to see that. Yeah. Especially at the big age that she was when she married that man. When I was watching that, we was young as hell and I could see it. Young and stupid. So you telling me her big old ass can't fucking see it? Like, no. Cynthia know what she doing. She picks the worst man. I think at this point she's accepted she's just gonna keep dating people, to marry them, to divorce them, to date new people, and she probably gonna become a cougar. So go whatever. But I don't need her on the show.
When he proposed to her, she looked uncomfortable. So for me, I feel like you already know that this isn't right. It just looked awkward.
Mm-hmm. Remember when Wendy was trying to go into business with Peter? Thank God she didn't. I feel like that was just a setup from Bravo. I don't think she was ever really going to go into business with him.
It didn't even make sense. She's talking about putting a library in a bar. Like, girl, please.
Yeah, that was just something for a storyline. I never believed that to be real. But there we go. We have ran through all of the cast members. We have said all of exactly of what their storylines were. Any season predictions that you ladies have? Shana, I'm going to start with you. Any season predictions that you have that you think is going to happen? What would you like to see out of this reunion? And then I have one final question after this. So any predictions from you, Shana?
No, because there's half of them are new, so it's kind of hard to tell where direction they'll go in. But I wonder if Ralph will make an appearance with this whole Drew Sidora, Dennis situation. I wonder if Ralph is still in the picture.
Okay. All right. That's actually brought up a fun question. Do you think that Drew and Dennis are dating?
No. I think that was something for a storyline.
Okay. Mrs. Best, same question. What are your season predictions for season 16?
I don't really know. I definitely don't see. I feel like Drew will have issues with who I guess we could call OGs, but other than that, everyone's so new. Phaedra's full of shit, so I don't really know what will happen. I just don't, and maybe that's a good thing.
Yes, maybe that is. Maybe, I gotcha. My season predictions are going to go as I feel like Porsha is going to fall out with everybody. And I feel like with Drew and Dennis, I feel like they are dating. And I feel like they're going to wait to the show to bring it out. That's my season prediction. I feel like as far as maybe Phaedra goes, I feel like the person that she's going to read is going to be Britt Edie. And I don't know at what capacity that she does it that Cynthia let out, but I definitely think that it's going to be her. And I'm wondering if I'm really going to change my mind. I don't think I will, but I feel like Phaedra is a waste of time for 5 episodes to be back on the show at this capacity. So my last question for you two is there anybody going back from season 1 to current? Is there any friend of, and specifically a friend of, that you would love to see to make an appearance back on Real Housewives of Atlanta? It could be anybody. Latoya, that's an interesting one. Okay.
I don't think she did good on Housewives. Who's that one that was arguing with Nene? What was it, the first season? When she's like, "You need a sandwich."
Oh,
and she was like, "No, I don't need to be eating and get as big as you. I got room to grow," or whatever she said. Like
Cordell Stewart's baby mama. I cannot think of her name, but yes, I remember her.
Yeah, maybe her for her one-liners. They should have gave her another time just off of that that one little line alone.
That was hilarious. I forgot her name, but oh my gosh, yeah, that's Cordell Stewart's baby mama.
Oh Lord.
Now that would be interesting with Porsha on there now.
That would be interesting, actually. I would love to see that. Yeah. Okay, Demetria, that was a good one. That's a good one. Demetria, real famous now. She can't be on the show no more.
Is she?
I'm just joking. I don't know. I do see her from time to time. Like, I know she did one of the Whitney Houston biopics, and I know she does. I think she's, busy every now and then.
Did she ever marry that guy?
I don't think that guy was the Marianne type. Yeah, I didn't see him being the Marianne type. He just like somebody that was just, black. you know.
I'd like to see. What's her name? Shamari, the girl who's married to the guy from Belle Biv and DeVoe.
Oh yeah, Shamari.
She was.
yeah.
I know she wasn't. She wasn't, but I'd like to see her come back and give it another go, a little more sober.
She was a full-time cast member though. She don't count. But I would love to see her as well. I would.
She's the only one. The other friend of who we got left, other than like, what was that Miss Lawrence, the gays, the good gays from back in the day. One of them might be okay.
Miss Lawrence might come back. I would like to see Miss Lawrence come back. Yeah. I can't think of any other friends of are not really
memorable.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like we didn't really have any friends other than Cynthia, so that's why I asked that question. Y'all don't want to see Marlo come back?
Well, Marlo got a peach, so no. We saw what she
straight to hell, James.
Saw enough of her. Who's that one that used to be hanging out with Kim Zodiac? Sweetie.
Oh, Sweetie.
No.
Would BB called her a slay?
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Y'all can keep Sweetie. No.
See a raccoon running through.
Oh, right. Monique with a Y. Who was she?
Yeah, I don't remember her.
I don't remember her. Who was she?
Either.
What season was she on DM Rocks? I don't remember her. Yeah, I'm about to put mine in the chat. This is who I would really love to see back on the show just for old time's sake.
I can't believe that you really think Drew and Dennis are together.
Again, James, go straight to hell. You know I can't stand that lady.
Who is that?
God.
Y'all know I'm trolling. Y'all.
I was gonna say I don't remember Giovanna.
You don't remember
Shana. Be glad that you can't remember. You try to make my teeth
look at it.
Okay, so for those of y'all who do not know, Giovanna was on season 11? She was the snake. You remember when Dee said that someone had an audio recording of Cynthia?
Oh, okay.
That girl from Clark, there you go. Yes. Oh my God. I would love to see her make a little appearance on here, just a little bit, just because she was comical to me. I'm sorry. I wish I had my YouTube channel at that time because I probably would be the only person defending her because she was so funny to me. I'm sorry she was.
I think you would be the only one.
I wouldn't be
alone in that.
Yeah, she was irritating.
She was irritating, but she was funny to me. I'm sorry, I laughed at her because she looked crazy just from the get-go. And I just was like, this is entertaining. James, do you want Lisa Wu? No, I can't stand her. Sorry.
She
I don't
irked me too. Lisa Wu is a
Lisa
lot.
Wu got on my damn nerves. And she got on my nerves even more when she was on Hollywood Divas. She works my nerves. No, I don't like Lisa Wu.
She's been gone so long, I don't even miss her.
Monique is from season 6, that Frasier read.
Let me look.
I don't remember her. What?
With a Y?
Oh, did she date that guy that Phaedra and Candy used to date? Because Phaedra and Candy had a guy in common that they both had dated. Was that her husband? Because I think I might remember her now. Because I remember Porsha reading her at a restaurant. Because she tried to come at Phaedra. Okay, so I do remember her. Okay, I do remember her. Yes, from season 6. I do remember her. I think her husband was Chris, the actor, Chris. His name is slipping off my tongue. He was the one that started the shit at the Pillow Talk event with Kenya. And Brandon had to jump in. He was that guy. I remember him. Yes, I remember him.
Speaking of Fred Doves, Brandon. I forgot all about him. I would love to see
Brandon. Brandon was the only real one for me.
I liked him.
I did too. And as I said, I wish I had my YouTube channel then because I definitely would be defending Brandon. Justice for Brandon, because Brandon was Chris Williams. Yes. I remember her now. I don't remember Natalie. Who's Natalie? All these friends but yes, I feel like that's when they have real friends of the show. So to see Cynthia in that, that's why I asked that question. Because to see Cynthia go from a full-time housewife, which they should have made, that's who really should have replaced Kenya if they were going to replace Kenya, is Cynthia. I feel like, why not just ask her to come back full-time?
They said Kenya was Cynthia. No.
He said, don't wake me, I'm dreaming. I don't know about, I didn't know he...
I remember that.
I don't know too much about him. I just remember when you brought up her name because I didn't remember her at first. I didn't remember, but when I thought about it, I was like, I wonder if that was the lady who Candy and Phaedra both had dated him. And Candy had said that he had gave her money on one of her credit cards, and him and Phaedra were from the same town with Nene, and they had went back to the town. I remember him. I remember that. That's a good question. Would y'all like to see Nene come back to Real Housewives of Atlanta for season 17?
It's not happening. Really, I'm tired of these people coming back. I just want to see new people. Like,
I feel like if Mariah Huck can make a comeback to Married to Medicine, why not me? I'm not saying Mariah Huck is coming back, y'all. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying a lot of people want to see Mariah come back. And
I do want to see Mariah come back. That's different, though. That was, first of all, that's Mariah's show. So y'all kicked the lady off her own show. And then Nene did come back at one point. And when she came, like, everybody thinks she's going to be the same. Like, it wasn't the same. She wasn't really giving nothing when she came back the last time. And now that she burned that bridge.
Angry. That's just what it was. She just seemed angry when she came back. Yeah, it was like,
come back, act like they don't want to be there. Like, do you want the check or not?
Yeah, it's like, that's why I was like, okay.
Yeah, she been trying to come back for a minute. She's broke.
Yes. Y'all know that house finally sold. I didn't think it would. But that house finally sold.
To rehab and get help for the alleged gambling problem. She don't need to be known on nobody's TV.
I know Corey got to feel like I just got gypped out of life. I got all these kids, and I know Corey got to feel some kind of way because I would.
It sounds like she's part of the main problem of this marriage failing. It sounds like she gambled away all their money. His
family tried to warn him. He wanted to do it, so you get what you get.
You can't turn no hoe into no housewife. Like that saying exists for a reason, Corey. You just can't do it.
Dated a man named Big Papa,
right? Who was married. If they bring her back, I'm not watching. I never thought she should have been on the show to begin with. I never saw her. We don't need a token. It's fine.
I was done with Kim when she lied about the cancer.
Yeah, I was done with her.
Seasons. I think that was the first 2 seasons. That was, and then you wearing that wig.
Right, like if you just bald head, and
she's not bald headed. That's the thing. She's not. She got a whole head full of hair. She just lazy. She one of why women are just lazy.
I saw her with her hair off one time, and it was short
and thin.
Yeah, it's short.
It was thin. Yeah, no, it was thin. Yeah, absolutely. But it was still, she had hair. She wasn't bald headed, is what we were saying.
I guess it was like short, flat for a clear woman. Like it was short. So like she needed a little fullness, but not that way. That she tried to sell on that mannequin. She didn't even brush it. Like, girl, come on.
After reading the Housewife books, did you know Corey brought a pow pow to season 10 reunion? Yeah, one of the producers let that out. That he did that. Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't feel bad for him because. Mm-hmm.
And she was still able to get her show back after that. I was like, bravo, y'all must be it must be some really favorable white women that y'all just realistically have to have on y'all network just to say that they're there. Because what secrets did Kim know about the network where she got her show for all them damn seasons? And I kind of feel like Denise Richards is also sipping that same Kool-Aid. Because I'm like, what is going on here? Kim, please be tardy for the party. We don't need you to come. Yeah, we don't need Kim's OCX back. We really don't. We are fine with the show how it is, and let it be an all-black cast. Sorry, not sorry. I don't need to see Kim back on my TV screen ever.
When Sheree brought her back for that one episode, it was just like, it was TV. She didn't bring anything. They want people to come back. They don't bring anything when they come back.
Mm-hmm, exactly. So
I personally have always felt like where Bravo makes the mistake, stop letting people come back. Have them on for a certain amount of time, fulfill your contract, and then never return again. Because then shows won't fail because you're constantly keeping change.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Exactly.
It's like with the Married to Medicine ladies, like y'all time should have been up. I mean, I get it, but should be a time like you're in the military. Like
right. When you get to a certain age, get the hell out.
Like, you shouldn't be on here for all 20 seasons. Like, enough.
Yeah.
Bravo. Get rid of Teresa Giudice. That's all I'm saying. That's all.
She next. I'm praying she next. Like
they said Nene's still trying to come back. And this is like, find somewhere else to go. They have a girls trip. Like, let the people come back to that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I don't know why they stopped doing that show. Did they ever say why they stopped doing that?
Because the last one that happened, it was something with Caroline Manzo from Housewives of New Jersey and Brandy Glanville from Beverly Hills Housewives. There was something that happened to her. They had to like shut a lot of shit down. It caused all these problems, put girls trip in question marks. I said, oh Lord.
I never
These
really
clear
watched
women acting a fool.
I feel like if you're on there for a certain amount of years and you can't pivot and kind of use that platform to build up something else, and you just don't need to be there. Like you shouldn't just be relying on just your Bravo check. Oh well, give somebody else a chance.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Oh Lord. But that was pretty much it, y'all. That was pretty much, my Housewives. We got to see the cast. We got to see a little bit of Portia's press tour with her sister. Sorry, y'all. Her sister defending her. Hold on. Did you hear about rumor that they were trying to bring Krista Allen, who is the ex of George Clooney? Bring her where? To Atlanta Housewives? Is that lady black? Let me Google this lady real quick. Is she black? Because I don't need another white woman on. I just don't. I don't need more awkwardness on this show. I just don't.
I didn't even like when Anelia made an appearance last week on Married to Medicine. Like, why is she here? I want you black.
Anila is irritating too. Side note, just the sound of her voice. I like her husband though; he was funny.
If we could keep Kieran and leave Anila at home, I'm here for that. I would be here for him. He could be the only person, when they do the intro, he could be at the end. Just saying, because I actually like him. I do. I don't like her. I just don't. I never saw it for her. So, yeah, she can. Yeah, I'm glad she's not back in any capacity. Latoya's friend that just stays silent in the background. No, Atlanta. She got. I just see what it's like. They just trying stuff.
Yeah,
she does not gonna fit in with these old. Yeah, come on. That lady does look like she gonna be like Kaylon from Bell Collective, who I wasn't really mad at, but that's just me.
I don't want it. Mm-mm.
Yeah, we're good. We're good with Atlanta for what it is. We hope they bring you. So you guys, Real Housewives of Atlanta premieres this Sunday. I believe at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I believe that's or 9 Eastern Standard, one of them. So I'm excited. I will be recapping it on my show along with Mrs. Best. Shana will also be recapping the show on her channel as well. So make sure you're subscribed to us because directly, if you want our opinions, if you want our details of how we feel about the show, then you'll subscribe and make sure that you're here for it because I'm telling y'all, thank you, Shani. I appreciate you. I'm not sparing nobody any expense. If you get on my nerves, you get on my nerves. I'm just telling y'all now. I hope these new ladies bring it. I'm hoping I'm wrong about Angela Oakley, but it doesn't look like I am. And yes, once again, Shamia can do no wrong in my eyes. Whoever Shamia get into it with, I'm on Shamia's side 110%. Shana, this question's for you.
I don't know. I'm gonna see what the first episode gives, and then maybe just so we could go over the cast and like try to get familiar with them. But let's see. I don't know. I got to see what it gives. It seems like it's going to really be Shamia heavy, and I think it's because she's the only one that probably has the most money out of the girls.
And she for sure has the most money of everybody.
Yeah,
man is a billionaire.
Hey y'all, let's run the memes. I meant to say that earlier. Like the video, please.
Yeah, like the video, you guys, and subscribe to us, please. And we will be here. My next video for my channel will be on Monday for Real Housewives of Atlanta, of course, and Married to Medicine. I might sneak and do a fashions review for and an updates video because they just released the fashions for Married to Medicine. And when I tell you that was a catastrophe, that was horrible. I didn't like anybody's look. Maybe two out of the. I might like Contessa's look, and I might have liked Heavenly's look. But everybody, yeah.
See this.
I love Toya's look.
I'm gonna have to look at it. I thought I did. I'm gonna look at it again because I might like it. I don't know. But all I know is that I didn't like some Simone look the work. I don't know what's the.
Simone can't dress. I never even expect for her to look right.
Yeah.
No, it looks.
I
way
mean,
worse.
no one's worse than Contessa when it comes to dressing.
She didn't look bad. I thought I liked her look.
Damn.
I liked her look. She didn't look bad to me. Her hair could have been different. You know, the hair ain't never right, but you know.
Contessa's hair is forever a struggle.
Yeah,
Stop wearing the wig if you're not gonna wear it right. Like, girl.
Oh, here it goes. Ooh, sweet tea. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Shana said, let me look at this.
Yeah, go ahead and look at the book.
I only saw Toya.
I liked it. I just didn't like her hair.
Her hair is
Her hair is
I don't like her hair.
You're right. Maybe Contessa might be the best. Oh, that's oof. I can't even believe I'm saying this.
Yeah, I must say Contessa looks great. I was like, oh my God. Okay, Contessa, I see
it. It look nice, but I didn't like too much going on in the neck.
Yeah, I didn't like the choker either, but it might look good on camera because I said the same thing about Kierna, and I didn't. When I saw it on video, I actually liked it. So I might like Heavenly's choker after I look at it on camera. But yeah, Simone, Toya, I'm gonna look at that dress again. I'm gonna look at it again. Quad was an absolutely no for me.
I'm looking on the adjustment brand.
Quads look right at certain angles. But then when you just look at her sitting down, it looked like one of her titties was suffocated and the dress was moving in hella directions. It was a lot.
Yeah. So I might do a little recap video of the outfits for the reunion for Married to Medicine. So y'all be on the lookout for that. But other than that, y'all, that's all I got coming up. Do you ladies have anything coming up that you want to share? Mrs. Best, I know you got some videos coming up.
I do. Just the regular videos we do every week, but that's not till Monday. When do we do? No, that's Tuesday and Wednesday.
Okay. All right. Well, then we're going to go ahead and end the live, you guys. Shana, thank you so much for coming and supporting and all that. I
do have something I was going to do. I just wanted to let Mrs. Best go first.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. No, I just had Ready to Love on Friday, and Tyler Perry's Beauty in Black came out on Netflix, so I'll be doing.
Yes.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of which, someone asked me to do Beyond the Gates. Do y'all watch that at all?
No, but
I haven't watched it.
Someone asked me to recap it, and I'm considering it just because the writer is Black, so I do want to support. But I can't get into soap operas, y'all. Like I stopped watching soap operas when I turned 16. After that, I stopped watching them.
Yeah, Passions was the last one I watched, but I mean, I heard it's worth the watch.
Yeah. I like Beauty in Black. Does that count as a soap opera? It seemed like it.
Yeah, it seemed like one to me. It said drama on them.
Where is it on Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay.
It felt very low budget at first, but then like you get invested in the story and move.
Right, you got to get to that initial Tyler Perry trauma, and then it starts to.
Yeah, then you're okay.
Why do you continue to do this to us? Give us some, crazy trauma that we got to work through to get to the real meat and potatoes of the situation.
It's the truth, though.
Lord Jesus, Tyler Perry's forever doing that. As a writer myself, like I don't do that. I get right to the point. If you read either one of my books, I get right to the point. I don't waste no time because that's not what y'all here for. Y'all want to know what the story is, and then I do it in character perspective because I hate when someone else tells someone else's story. Yeah. Like I do. I'm not going to
have to do a little character development, but it is always heavy.
Yeah, it's just like it ain't got to be that deep. They can have some circumstances, but yeah, none of my stories are ever that deep. Like that, they'd be going to the gut. Like, damn, what have you been through? But but that's pretty much it. Anything else, ladies?
Just Married to Medicine.
Married to Medicine.
I don't know what reunion's coming on, so.
Oh, Shana, do you want to join us on that live for the fashions?
Yeah. Now that I'm seeing this, I mean, prove me wrong. Contessa being the best dress.
Okay, well, I'll schedule it for next week. We'll do this again next week. I'll let you know, Shana. Because we all three can come together and look at these looks and just be like, oof.
It was like a hot ass mess.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm looking.
I don't know if
she's
going for a Spice Girl look or
I don't know what it was. I was like, what the hell?
Oh, Jesus.
Because last season she was looking very promised, but now this season, I don't know what that was.
And Gregory thought that Kawhi was about to be jealous over. Anyway.
Yeah, so we will see you. The three of us will be back next week to talk about the fashions that is Married to Medicine. Y'all don't want to miss this. This is going to be excellent. I could already tell based on their reactions now. So y'all hold those reactions to next week, okay? Make me that promise. And then we'll see y'all. But y'all have a good night. I love you both. I'll see you guys soon.
Adios.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.